Peace. Good morning. Welcome back. I am Chi Vital, aka King Chi Chitty, and I'm back with another tool for your toolkits and how to create your lives. I'm so happy that we're getting to talk about some things. Today's video is going to be really exciting because I know you all who follow me love to do rituals, right? And this time I have a ritual that you're going to love. And this is not just one time, this is a ritual that you're going to have for life. So, as you tune in, don't forget to thumbs up this video. And if you're new here and this content is helpful to your development, please do join me, subscribe, and share with your friends and family so we could be all on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Jeremiah. Peace, peace. When you show up, put some hearts in the chat. Y'all know I love the love. I love the love. My cheeks are like already, I've been smiling and they're almost exhausted, but it's just natural. And you don't want to fight when you're feeling that way. It's a good thing. I can feel it like massaging this parts of my skull here to bring forth the kind of energy that I'm gonna need because I am just pulling up so many ideas, so many ideas. Peace, 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 CEO Magic. Wagwan. What's up, Nikki? Hey, my fairy, my Nikki Faye. This cup was a beautiful gift from my mother-in-law. So, you know, people have these stories about their in-laws, but she's such a sweet person. Says, you are an amazing woman. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I love it. Peace, Paige. Peace. So, look, y'all, you're going to want to have your notebooks because I'm going to have some homework for you for today. Um, and how do I want to start this? Whew. Okay. So, first thing, unshakable peace. We got to look at what does that really mean? Unshakable peace. And I got to address toxic joy. Because when we first are introduced to this concept of unshakable peace, it's like, okay, what is this totally unattainable plateau that I'm supposed to get to as this spiritual, mindful, conscious being on the planet where I'm just totally at peace no matter what? Like things just happen and I'm at peace. And does that mean that I'm always happy and joyful and moving into the space of what is toxic, right? If we're in a space of unshakable peace, then we have to acknowledge that we are not in a space of toxic joy or fake joy. And so there's a difference. All right. Because in the toxic joy or the fake joy, we have this piece of blocking out what we are really feeling, and we don't give ourselves many choices. Why I like unshakable peace is because it gives us a space in between to choose many things from. I hope that makes sense because it's not going to be the entire topic here, but the tools I'm going to give you are going to help move you closer to that attainable level of self awareness. Does that make sense? There's this difference between toxic joy and unshakable peace. I want to make sure that we're clear about that. Hey, Tahuti Faye. Hi, Black Venusian. Maybe I'm jumping off the walls because I'm drinking my Fae Tree Zicker coffee. All right. So the reason why I'm starting with this is because the oracle The article said that it's important for us to address this fear-driven pedestals. We realize that nothing that we plan ever goes 100% the way that we plan, right? There's there there's always going to be some experience that no matter how well you put things into place or you intended for things to go, sometimes a whole bunch of stuff, right, goes wrong. Or it goes right, but it doesn't even go the way that you wanted it to. And for some of y'all who are super control freaks and aware of your control freak, you can't even celebrate when things go right because it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. And I know that exists for some of y'all, okay? Because I've had some of y'all as clients, y'all are control freaks. And I'm just gonna say I'm a recovering control freak. That's as authentic as that's gonna get. Okay. I mean, if you know, you know, right? But the reason why we gotta address how we approach things in our lives and this idea of things going our way is because the more work that we do on ourselves and we prepare ourselves for experiencing glimpses of perfection, if we don't address the fact that the superpower is not in being fixated, the superpower is not in being like gridlock. The superpower that we need as adults, okay? I've been addressing these mental health things. Our superpower has to be in flexibility and not being so serious about every little thing, especially the things that we are planning towards that we want very badly to be successful. Because the energetic of seriousness, while we have to have a serious attitude towards certain things, flexibility allows us to dance in the face of things changing. If we stick in a space of seriousness, then we don't allow ourselves the opportunity to see the other options. Okay? I want you to understand that. I want you to really understand that. Because whenever we get really upset with things, just imagine, right? The energetic quality of being upset restricts the body. People cannot catch a rhythm easily from a moment of stillness in upset. One, the breath is restricted, the joints get restricted, and there's very little movement. This is where we see seriousness can be damaging because it does not allow you that space for you to break through whatever is changing and even see the opportunities that may be available on the other side of the changes, or to see the opportunities for, okay, well, this person canceled on me, right? So I can call this other person. But naturally, if you're so serious and fixed on how this person didn't show up for you, your mind won't give you access to other options. All right. So when I say unshakable peace, it's not about I can't be disappointed and upset about the disappointment that's coming from this person not being there, or this, maybe it's a check that didn't go through, or a sale, you wanted to purchase something, whatever, right? If you get so serious about that and you don't have it within you to laugh even at life and go, damn, okay, laugh, loosen up, lighten up, your brain will hide the other parts that you could be going towards to solve the problem. Because the more we talked about drama, right? We talked about how drama can have you like having it as a drug, okay? Fixation, addictions, these things get us stuck in a space where we're like in a hamster wheel, in a hamster wheel. And when you're in a hamster wheel, what are you doing? You're exerting maximum force to go nowhere. And that's not fun at all. So, really and truly, the idea of loosening up on that gives you access to other opportunities, other ways of doing things. And the other ways of doing things is AKA you seeking higher guidance, and seeking a higher vibration. I press 1 in the chat if so far you're following me, because I'm like building right now and I'm building very quickly. But I want to make sure that I don't run too far too fast. Okay? Okay. Cool. We all are still on the same page. And pardon me if I'm not giving you all the eye contact, but I'm like pulling the information. Okay? So here's the thing. I did start off by mentioning this fear-driven pedestal. Now I want to take that idea and bring it forward into seeking higher guidance and a higher vibration. Y'all ready? If you have your notebooks ready, I want you to do that. I want you to write fear-driven pedestals. Okay? Circle it and then loop it with a line. It looks like a smiley face. Okay? And you're going to put seeking higher guidance, vibrating higher, right? Circle it. Okay? And yes, why not make it a smiley face? So I want to address fear-driven pedestals. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of seeking higher guidance? I want you, don't even think about it too hard. For a moment, if you came to me with an issue, or before you come to me, let's say that you're faced with an issue and you're like, I need to seek higher guidance. What does it look like to you? What does it look like? I see some stuff in the chat. I see surrender. I see meditation. I like that. I'm going to dig a little bit. Meditation and surrender. Who are you going to get your guidance from? Who are you going to get your guidance from? Okay, Paige said God. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right. For those of you who are in the Coke College chat yesterday, y'all already know. Okay. Anyways, so the people that are here, right? You all are regulars, meaning like y'all show up often. Okay, so there's still gonna be some new people coming in. There's gonna be my veterans. I sometimes some return people. Even though for the most part, right, there is this idea of seeking higher guidance. And some of you are spot on. Y'all be doing y'all work. Matter of fact, oh my gosh, I have to do it in an hour. Yeah, I got something. I got something for y'all. I'll announce it later. I'm writing it down so I have a note here. Writing a note. Can y'all hear me writing? Because I love this. So for those of you who are rather new, okay, the fear-based pedestal is the pedestal that you place particular individuals, deities, ancestors, God, goddess, all things, okay, on a particular pedestal that when you can't figure it out and you're faced with the possibility of failure, rather than facing what you're afraid of, you'll go to the things that are on this pedestal. Now, I'm not saying this is true for everyone watching now. However, it's true for a lot of people. And a lot of adults don't realize that they don't necessarily place God, goddess, or even, their Hindu deities or the Loa or Orisha on a pedestal out of straight love. They put those things, or their gurus, they put those things or people on this particular pedestal out of fear that they don't have what it takes to address certain things in their own world. So rather than looking at some simple things that can happen in our lives and seek to the self, right? Seek to the self as the higher guidance. There's this like, once we're adults, we can replace mom and dad with God, goddess, deities, or whatever. And forget that, one, those energies and their presence in our lives come from our power. Okay? Our power and consciousness and ability to venerate. And we can venerate through love, honor, and respect, or we can be venerating out of a space of fear, unknowingly. And now to reinsure that we understand that seeking higher guidance must start with moving forward, okay? Must start with cultivating the self as the higher guidance. Are you already in that position where you can absolutely trust your own wisdom? I don't think so. We are all not on the same level of awareness yet. But I don't care. You got to start. Unshakable peace doesn't happen overnight. Seeking higher guidance through the self doesn't happen overnight either. So you start now. And even if you have been doing this, you may not have the setup that I'm going to give you. And this is why it's important to still stay open to learning more, to growing more. Because what are we going to do? If we're not flexible, we will break. Okay? Don't take yourself so seriously. But honor and respect yourself. You came here, you have a living consciousness. Okay? So you remember the smiley face, right? So we got this seeking higher guidance. And we're moving over here to a higher frequency, a higher vibration. Now, what do we feel whenever someone is like, vibrate higher? Oh, you got to vibrate higher. There are two powers at play. When we vibrate higher, a lot of times, just because the general consensus of the conscious community is when we vibrate higher, we're not in not when we vibrate higher, we are in a positive vibration, right? You agree? When we vibrate higher, we're in a positive vibration. Yes or no? All right. So, like, that's like a common agreement. Okay. But then check this out. Check this out. Would you say that a nuclear bomb is vibrating higher? Yes or no? When we talk about nukes and we talk about galactic weaponry, is it vibrating higher? Yes or no? All right. The same goes for lasers. Well, I think it's lower, but all right. So the point here is this. And no, I'm not going to tell y'all no, guns don't kill people. People kill people. No, I'm not doing that. This is a real scientific thing, right? It's a scientific fact. Both thinking positive, experiencing love, experiencing ideas and inspiration, and the feeling of the energy that's present with passion and anger or bombs, right? Have a high vibration. I'm telling you, it's a fact. It's a high vibration. Things are moving, 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 moving. Okay. So what we have is at a high vibration, we have creative power. Okay. And we have destructive power. Write this down. We have creative power and we have destructive power. All right. Now, what I want you to do here between the two is I want you to tie them together, right? Like two branches on a tree. And I want you to tell me what they both have in common, besides the fact that they are high vibrating energies. Okay? What we have at the base of this tree, because I have two branches, what we have at the base of this tree, I like y'all answers. Some of y'all said they're both integral aspects of nature. Someone said they both cause change. All right. And with that, they are both birthed in the mind of the creator. Write that down. They are both birthed in the mind of the creator. Okay? Quantum physics, nuclear science, right? It's a destructive power. It has the ability to be destructive, but it's created in the mind first. Solar power, windmills, right? Hydroponic gardening, making love, making babies, these creative power first has to be birthed in the mind. And because you have a mind, you are the creator. When you are in this space of seeking higher guidance, you want to have a place where you can alter your reality, going to the source of where things are birthed. And this is why you have an altar, because your altar is where you will alter your reality. Write that down. So ask me, well, mother, how do I do that? Tahuti Faye, altar. Thank you. That's my fairy. That's my fairy. We spiritual, but we smart. We know how to spell. No shades in you all, but standards. Ask me, y'all. Ask me how we gonna set this up. How are we gonna set this up? Because my question to you is, well, what is gonna happen when you begin pairing your seeking higher guidance now with the presence of your face and your name? Okay? You're not getting rid of everything else, but now we changing the game. Okay? We changing the game. We moving towards unshakable peace with a real everyday practice. Okay? So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will have 5 things that you need to begin. Okay? Y'all ready? You ready for this? 1, you need a picture of yourself, a godly picture of yourself. When whatever his face set to be painted and become the face of Jesus all over the world. It had to have a particular look, right? So, you know what I mean. A picture of yourself that is godly. And that has to speak to your own subconscious mind. Okay? When you look at this picture of yourself, it must remind you of your highest version of yourself. Okay? Yes, in this way, this picture becomes your consistent, your main avatar. So it's like, even though the the goddess Lalita Tripura Sundari has one avatar, right, that we look at. Then we see the 10 Mahavidyas jump out, but they all are one. You're going to start with your one, and you really don't need any other. And I will tell you why. Okay? You don't need any other. Sometimes we do too much, and simple is better. Okay? Because there's going to be some real self-study here. In this practice, I'm acknowledging one of my elders, who is now in the ancestral realm, who brought to us the access to self-healing power via our names. Okay? And that's Dr. Fukiao, Dr. Bunseki Fukiao. Okay? In the Congo tradition, the name, because we're moving along here, you need to have your whole name written out in front of you, because your whole name will become your study. The letters in your name come with a vibrational value and meaning. The name in itself comes with meaning and a vibrational message, a blueprint. And the more you understand even about the name that you're called every day, okay, is the more access you have to your own healing power. So if you're going to go and seek higher guidance, whether you're at level 0, the full and just beginning, or you're ahead of everyone, okay, and you may already have some sort of self-altar set up, self-love altar set up. This is very important to follow, and you will receive more information on how to do this. But you will have your full name present, because when you address yourself and you're seeking higher guidance, you must use your full name, because all parts of yourself, the name your family is giving you, which is something you carry forward through your bloodline, your middle name, which speaks to your most intimate hidden self, and the name that you bear as a shield. Those are all pieces that you want to call forth when you sit to seek for higher guidance. Okay? For the purposes of beginning anew, everyone will start with a white candle. Just one. One candle. White candle. Now you can decide to use a penny candle and light it only when you go to sit at your self-love, your know thyself altar. so that you're actively engaged with it when you go to seek your guidance. Or you can use a 7-day candle and decide to just keep it burning the whole time until you got to replace it. That's up to you. That's a personal choice. Okay. And some of you can't leave candles burning. All right. And if you if you don't have a penny candle, then you can use a tea light. But I do want you to have a real flame. Okay? All right. The next thing is the first color that you're going to choose to work with needs to be the one color that you really feel drawn to. This is the only thing color wise that is going to be there from the beginning. And the reason behind that is because the colors that we're drawn to really speak deeply to the subconscious mind that is pushing forth your personality. So when we understand how colors relate to us, they really speak to where the mind is. You know, at some point when you were a kid, your favorite color might have been blue, and it could have been influenced by everyone around you, but there's other aspects to blue that may have been speaking to your spirit. As you get older, maybe you move to purple, or you move to red or yellow. So I want you to begin with where your mind is currently speaking forward. That's the first color that you choose, and you'll get like $1 handkerchief that's that, and buy a solid color cloth, okay, to place your candle, your picture on, okay? Next, because we have to have life on the altar, the flower you're going to get for your altar are daffodils. Yes, this is some fairy stuff. You know, what is it? We're not chakra fairies, we're real fairies. Okay. Now the daffodils, they are available in various colors. So if you wanted to match it up with whatever you pulled for your cloth, fine. Okay. It doesn't matter for right now. You can get whatever you can get because daffodils speak to self-love. Daffodils speak to narcissism or just being in love with yourself. Okay. The flower itself has that energetic. And daffodils should be easy, rather easy for you to find. Okay. I'll put, I think, oh yes, my fairy got it, daffodils. And daffodils are unisex, so the men and women can set up their altars with this flower. Um, Amaryllis is the feminine empowerment flower. Okay, that's the only distinction here. So if you feel like you're really struggling with your femininity, along with building up this know thyself and seeking higher guidance and a higher vibration, then get you an amaryllis. Okay. And then lastly, you need your favorite smell. You gotta put something on there that whether you burn it as an incense or you put it on as a perfume, you gotta have your favorite smell. Okay. And this is going to be a smell that will live on your altar so that anytime you need to alter your reality through the guidance of your highest self, you have a tool that you can almost instantaneously take your psyche back towards and upwards towards, okay, to bring you back to the center. And this is a practice that is going to help you cultivate unshakable peace. Now, I said that y'all will get familiar with different aspects of yourself, but this is the beginning. And I wanted you to understand that you have two very important branches of power already available to you, which is creative power and destructive power. And I don't know who this is for, but I'm getting I'm feeling like Terry coming through. It was important to point out the destructive power and the creative power. Yep. Because when you move to a piece of unshakable peace, and you move away from toxic joy, okay, or fake love, and you sit with your higher self, you will be able to discern whether you need to create another avenue or destroy what is present. And you will be able to tap to the higher vibration necessary to do it effectively. And from this place of envisioning it in your mind, focused, truly focused in a meditation, in a prayer using your own name, adding ashe to your own name and calling forth your consciousness, you will not suffer in between good or bad and whose feelings and those feelings. No, because you're going to be in a space of creator. And that higher guidance is going to tell you create or destroy. And it's not good or bad. It's not selfishness or no, you're going to be in this very balanced, unshakable peace, which will allow you to tap in to that higher frequency. Okay? When you call your name, because you have to call your name. How often do you really say your full name? The only time we say our full name is if we're filling out an application for something, right? To identify ourselves. Okay? Paige, you hit it right on the nail. Oh, you said mother makes me. I thought what I was saying about you hit it right on the nail is that when you go and you sit at this altar, you know, I tell my fairies, in the tarot deck, right? Where there's a card that says everything is okay, but it's representative of the Ten of Swords, where you got all these swords in your back. The only reason why you would have all of these swords in your back is because the swords that were coming at you represent all of those fears and anxieties that you tried to run from instead of sitting right in front of it. So even when you need to call yourself on your bullshit, right? You should have a place to sit where you're not going to confess to to Lakshmi. You're not going there to confess to Jesus. You're not going there to confess to your ancestors. You're going there to talk to you and call yourself forward. That's it. And remember, this in itself is a hack to move beyond the guilt and the shame. Because when you can sit with yourself and call yourself forward for your own bullshit, you don't have to experience feeling belittled or like a child in the presence of someone you may have placed on a pedestal. Because once you can do that, you can now move into true love for those people that you admire, respect, and have honor for. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to go to the people that you honor and respect with fear in your heart. You would have already sat with you. And you come from a place of love in your own space of integrity and ability to safely see and hear, feel, okay, yourself and move forward to like, okay, now I can, when I move to Ganesha, I'm not even, well, Ganesha, I know that you can remove all these obstacles for me. So here you go. No, you like, so I already saw all of my BS because this one thing, I could eliminate that. I just needed to tap into my power to destroy that. And there may be some things that are beyond my reach because it's not so physical. It may be something spiritual. So now I want to take this and I'm gonna put this on this altar and I'd like for this energy to work on that for me. I love you. I love your support in my life. Okay? But that's when you move in your creative power from the mind, what we can see and we can picture. So the more you're looking at this picture of your godly self and presence, is the more you are going to be living into that being your avatar that other people start to see. So don't be surprised when you step into the room and people go, oh my gosh, it's like you have such a presence. You will know why. You will know why. So the same vision boards and all of these different things, you got your name to work with and you have your godly picture of yourself to work with. And that is a whole lot. And so we'll talk more about the different pieces on there at another time. But if this added some value to your life, please do put some hearts in the chat. Light up the chat with the hearts, y'all. Love to see the love. Love to see the love. Okay? Light up the chat. I want to see my fairies. I want to see my hearts. And I definitely want to see some crowns, men and women. You know, this is how you crown yourself. Because even when everybody else comes around and wants to give you your flowers or to crown you, you won't be able to wear it with a feeling of 100% acceptance of the role unless you can give it to yourself from a place of like really owning it. Okay? Everybody, my gift to you all, I did write it down. Okay? I said it an hour. Let's say within 2 hours. Within 2 hours, I want you all to go to hocwellness.com, because I'm going to be basically almost giving away some old products. Okay? Like basically giving away. But I'm really proud of y'all. And I had so much fun seeing everybody up there doing their studies last night. So give me like 2 hours. Stay tuned in. If you're not already subscribed, so that you can get the notifications when sales go up. Uh, Make sure you join that. Okay. I want to start seeing that you have your materials for your altar to alter your reality. I want to see it posted so that I can give y'all some of the other keys that you're going to unlock. All right. Post it in HOC on Facebook. I want to see that homework being done. Because if you can't do that for yourself, I don't know why you're doing it for anything else. Okay? Peace, love, and bliss. Thanks for being here.